This is the country that surrendered the fastest in the history of World War II, taking only 4 hours from the start of the war to its defeat. The day the war began was also the day they surrendered. The day before the war broke out, the officers were leisurely drinking coffee, and the soldiers were training as usual. But instead of charging into battle, they were repairing bicycles and patching tires. The soldiers skillfully disassembled the front wheel, removed the inner tube, smoothed it out, glued it together, and then inflated it. The whole process went smoothly. Although the German army's movements at the border caused some concern, the officers weren't worried. They believed Denmark had no strategic value, and that the Germans were just passing through on their way to Norway. There was no sign of tension at the training grounds. The soldiers' daily training consisted of shooting a few practice rounds or patching tires. However, at that moment, a soldier brought the news that the German army was advancing toward the border. The senior officers ordered the soldiers to return to the barracks and be ready for combat at any time. Back at the base, the officers gave each soldier 40 rounds of ammunition and a first aid kit, claiming there would be a military exercise the next day. They instructed the soldiers to keep their uniforms on while sleeping that night. The soldiers were scared because they knew this wasn't a drill, it was the start of the war. Sure enough, late that night, the officers received news that the Germans had crossed the border and that forces needed to be deployed for defense. The alarm went off and the soldiers quickly got up, grabbed their weapons, and walked to their bicycles, attaching the only machine gun to one of them. The High Command had sent 2 squads, 1 motorcycle squad and 1 bicycle squad. Their task was to delay the German advance and buy time for the main force to receive reinforcements. The 2 squads set off one after the other, but due to the long journey, the bicycle squad hadn't arrived at the battlefield by dawn. At that moment, the sound of engines roared ahead. Upon a closer look, they realized it was the motorcycle squad that had departed earlier.